welcome everybody to this webinar called Learning Digital Skills, where Laetitia, Sylvie, and I are going to share Afpa's experience about the integration of digital competences into Afpa's learning methods through a transversal approach. So as you can see on the screen, our table of content is as follows. First, I'm going to give a general presentation of Afpa, including the publics we welcome and the services we propose. Then I will delve into Afpa's pedagogy and what transversal skills mean at Afpa before doing a specific focus on digital skills. And eventually, Laetitia and Sylvie will look into learning digital skills through a transversal approach. So about Afpa, which is the next slide. Thank you, Christine. So Afpa has been the national French agency for TVET, for vocational training, for over 70 years. And Afpa has a strong reputation as a leading provider of vocational education and training in France. One of Afpa's key areas of expertise is providing vocational education and training at a construction field, although today the organization offers a wide range of training programs across various sectors, such as construction, industry, IT, hospitality, and also healthcare. So nowadays, Afpa is France's leading actor in vocational training and support, as I just told you, serving 155,000 people a year in close proximity to local and professional needs, through 126 training centers, 13 regional departments, and 1 general management office based in Montreuil, and 6,500 corporate customers. So that's a lot of numbers, but just to give you an example. And Afpa's range of services varies from training for skill development, for instance, accompaniment of job seekers, employees, and people far from employment, also qualification development, prospective development, consulting development, project development, and also catering and accommodation. So as such, Afpa welcomes all types of public with priority given to the first levels of qualification, and particularly to those who are furthest from employment. So this unconditional welcome to all publics, it's within the framework of first qualifying trainings for over 250 professions. And then secondly, national programs, which are aimed at those furthest from employment. We have a few examples, such as what we call in French prépa compétences, also Promo 16-18, which is for minors who have dropped out of school, Déclic pour l'Action for 16 to 25 years old, and also Hope, that is for refugees. Now, if we look at the pedagogy at Afpa, transversal skills, and also digital skills. So now we look at the pedagogy at Afpa at about transversal skills and also digital skills. So at Afpa, we have something called Afpa's pedagogical signature.
So now we will present you 2 use cases about learning digital skills through a transversal approach. And as Ewen mentioned you, we are open to all participants. So the first use case will focus on participants that are far away from employment And we will present you one of our national programs that is called Prépa Compétences. So it's a next slide. And this program is to define what the trainee wants to do in the future. So the objective of this program is to secure qualification training in order to access to a long-term employment. At the end of this program, the trainee will discover a lot of jobs through teaching platform, strengthen the basic transversal digital skills, and find the right training for what they want to do in the future. So usually we have 4 steps. So first of all, okay, what do I need? As you said, sometimes we have different people with different level and different age. So the needs are not the same. So we need to adapt the program to each one, so each one can succeed. The second step is to discover jobs and to practice, to feel it, okay, I will do that. Then workshop, specified workshop, so you can use, okay, I want to do this workshop. And last one, the last step, is to elaborate the program, the training program of the future. So, and in this program, we will work on digital skills. Move on, please. So, to learn digital skills, Afpa has developed a lot of courses for each level. Like this one, it's called Basic Digital Skills, so that a learner can use quickly a computer. So for example, the scaffold cards that we can use are to manage digital content, collaborate through digital content by sending email, for example, also organize his workspace and use the software like Word to write a text. And everyone can follow it. He can follow it online, remote, in an Afpa center, in a collective, in a group, like a team, to work also team skills, and or individually because he has some needs. Another workshop that we can find in this program is called All Connected. So it's the next slide. And here it's really specific on digital skills in order for a trainee to be aware of his digital footprints and also about threats, cyber threats. So here, the scaffold cards that are worked on are managing digital identity, protecting the environment, protecting personal data. And in order to engage the learner, the teacher will use various tools, pedagogical tools, like crosswords, quizzes, in order for everyone to follow. And it's all along the program, Prépa Compétences, each trainee has access at this application, as you can see, Afpa again, to develop the digital skills in a fun and autonomous way. So a trainee can, after the program, prepare a digital certification, basic one, like Clear Numérique in France. It's after to work in an office, or also access to qualified training, like Sylvie will present you now, tourist establishment manager.
Is there any question before? Yeah, okay. So next slide, please, Christine. Okay. So as Ewan and Laetitia said, we have two types of training. Those to learn a profession with an exam and a diploma at the end. Well, they are supposed to have a diploma at the end, and specific trainings for people who are far from the employment. For the qualifying training, I will explain the way the trainees learn how to use a digital tool in the field of tourism. So the example is for the training of tourism establishment managers. After the training, the trainees work as hotel managers, campsites managers, and all type of accommodations establishments. This training has 4 modules: that services organization, management, marketing, and financial management. So you can see that it's a high-level training. For this training, we define 4 transversal competencies: managing hazard and crisis situations, implementing a sustainable development approach, demonstrating creativity and innovation, and using digital tools and keeping digital culture up to date. So for the last one, the digital tools and IT environment, we have a prerequisite for this level of training. The trainees have to use the web, they must to. The training might be face-to-face or at distance, but in every case, it is online on a digital platform, as Ewan said, or Metis platform. But usually, if the trainees use the web fluently, they have a personal use, not a professional one, and that's a problem. We have also, like you said, people quite old, and they don't use very, they don't use to the web so often. So they will have to learn Excel. That's the example that I will take because everyone knows, which is very useful in the job of establishment manager. They use it every day. But they will also have to search technical information faster and identify reliable websites. They have to search information all the time, actually, because everything is on the web, but everything is moving and has to be updating. So as you can see on the screen, that's your scaffold cards, and we work with most of them also in a different way, but we use the same terms. For the use of the software, let's see how they can learn to use Excel. We have no course on Excel. The trainees don't have any course on Excel. And we often have trainees who never used it. We have what we call a toolbox with videos that they can watch whenever they want, but usually they watch at them only when they are using the Excel functions, not before. We use Excel from the first week for a very simple use, like a table. You can put the next slide, please, Christine. I think it's better like that. Okay. Donc, at the beginning, just for a table. Then we will use it for staff planning. For the calculation of a payroll, it means how much will cost the staff each month. The pricing of a stay or the pricing of a tour. But for these uses, the calculations are more and more complex, but the organization on the sheets remains simple. Then they use Excel to calculate turnover and expenses. And at the end, they are able to do financial simulations, calculate deviations so that they implement corrective actions for the profitability of the establishment. And usually at the start of the training, no one can imagine being capable of that at the end. And surprisingly, at the end, they must prefer Excel to PowerPoint, which is supposed to be more fun. So we use the same method for every digital tools. As Amadeus for the travel agents, if you know Amadeus, it's supposed to be very difficult because the travel agents have to know many codes. But with this method, they never learn the codes, but they use them again and again. The trainees start with a simple customer request, and then we use increasingly precise and complex customer requests with simple explanation on Amadeus each time. Each knowledge is reused and reused in each next session so that the trainees can perfectly integrate the skill. And with this method, they learn by doing, and often they don't even realize that they have made progress. And that's for the digital skills, but actually for every skill, every competencies, we have the same method. That's learning.